Hello people! Today we are doing a set that I'm calling Black Cat Magic. These are my own Halloween nails this year. And here we go. We'll be going in with the base of this Beetles orange polish. I wanted this set to be a little on the simpler side because as I am recording this, it is October the 6th, which is Friday. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing a craft show all day, so I wanted nails that were going to be not have a ton of embellishments and whatnot that I can end up damaging while I'm packing and unpacking and moving crap around and all that stuff. So anyway, on we go. This set took me 2 3/4 hours to do. So, I think that the time-consuming aspect of it came in with the glitter nails, which we'll get to in a bit here. But and these guys are going to be ready to cure, I think. Oh, nope, we got to do some cleanup first, which I will do with some alcohol on my cleanup brush. Okay, I have cured those. Now we have moved on to the second coat. Now, I wasn't going to do a second coat because most of these are going to either be glittered or chromed. But I'm glad I did because the glitter ones, the glitter does not cover them solidly. It kind of looks like it does until you really look closely. And then you can see a lot of gaps. So I'm glad that I did do the base on those with 2 coats. And this should be the last one. The rest I will finish off camera. And we will cure those. And moving on, I'm going to use this orange chunky glitter mix along with some of this orange tinsel glitter, which I now know that's what it's called instead of string glitter. And we're going to be using base coat. So firstly, I'm going to put the base coat on. Eventually. And then we're going to start loading some glitter on there. It did not want to stick to my brush. Okay, and I'm just going to pile it on here and then just kind of move it around just to disperse those real big ones. And then I will add some little bits of that tinsel glitter here and there. And then I'm just going to try to get those little bits to lay down instead of poking off in 20 different directions. And then we move on to the other one, which is the index finger. And we're going to do the same thing. I was going for that really deep glitter look. When you look at a glitter nail, it's fully glittered and encapsulated. Sometimes it looks like it just really has a lot of depth and goes way down in. That's kind of what I was shooting for with these. I was trying to get more of those little glitter bits on there, but they were all buried inside of the rest of the bigger ones, and I couldn't get very many. So we're going to do, in addition to this, some fine orange glitter as a second layer after we get this cured. which we're about ready to do, I believe. Okay, now this is the glitter, the fine glitter I'm going to use. FYI, all my glitters came from AliExpress, in case anybody was wondering. Now I'm going in with another layer of base coat over top of that. That's been cured now. And then I'm going to just add in, well, first I'm going to put some on the other one. And then we're going to just dab on some of that fine glitter in some of the gaps on there to fill it in a little better. And just going to dab that in there, here and there. Sorry for the shaky camera. Clearly I bumped my desk. And then the other one. Okay, now those have been cured. Again, now we're going in with a hefty layer of base coat again to fill in all the little nooks and crannies. And they are going to get quite bulky, so we're going to have to tone those down in a bit. Okay, I've cured those, and now we're going on with another hefty layer of my tempered top coat now. And after I cure this, then we got the old file and buff routine to do. See, they've completely lost their shape now. They just kind of look like a big blob. But we will straighten them out. Okay. So, I'm just going to show you on this one finger how I do it. I'll start with the sides, and I'm using a hard file that is 100-180 grit. As you can see by the side walls there, that how thick these are now. Just the way I don't like them, but I managed to tame down quite a lot of that and get some semblance of shape back. Now obviously I've sped this up, so now I'm switching to my buffer file. This also is 100-180 grit. First I'll start with the 180 side, and then I'll switch over at some point to the 100 side. And I'm just going to show you this one. The rest of them I'll do off camera. Are we done? Nope. Now I did fairly well about not filing through any of my glitters, except for one of the pinky nails. On one of the pinky nails, I think the one on my left hand, I ended up filing through my glitter, which couldn't be helped on that one. If you really want to avoid filing through, you could have done a second coat of the top coat and then didn't do the file and buff. But I thought one would be sufficient for this, and for the most part it was. Okay, I think, are we done? Nope, not done yet. Now I'm just trying to straighten the end out. I'm trying to keep this in shot, and at the same time it's hard to work my file in there. Okay, now we're moving on to the chrome nails. It's going to be the middle finger and the thumbs. So firstly, I'm going to put a layer of no wipe top coat, not the tempered one, just the regular no wipe top. And then we're going to be using this orange chrome. As it turned out, I really, really love this chrome, this orange one. It just had a really nice color to it. It went on so nice and smooth. And actually, I'm thinking I might want to use it again on my next set that I'll be doing, my whatever fall set I'm going to do next time for November. I'm thinking it would look kind of nice if it was ombre'd with some gold. but I don't know for sure yet. That's an idea I'm tossing around in my head. Yeah, I like to dab it on a little bit first and then do all the rubbing when I'm putting this chrome powders on. And you're just going to rub it like it's a genie lamp and you want those wishes. I'm making quite the mess on my hands, but it's worth it. Okay, now we got that one done. I'm trying to give you a look of where we are so far. It's kind of harder to do that when I'm on my own nails. Okay, now we're going to put a thin layer of top coat on those just to protect the chrome so I don't scratch it up when I'm doing other stuff. And on this one, I completely forgot to dust off the loose chrome powder. Luckily, it didn't make a difference to that one. It didn't get all weird or bumpy or anything, so it must not have had much on there. But yeah, you want to do that. I'm going to do that on this next one because at that point I just realized, oh shoot, I forgot to clean that off. So on the thumb, this is what you need to do on all of them. So now you guys know what not to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Gently brush off the loose chrome powder, then top coat. You can see on some of my cuticle areas where there's chrome on there now because I clearly didn't get the top coat cleaned off before I chromed, and now I had chrome spots on my fingers too. So once I get this on here and we cure it, I will go wash my hands and get all this extra stuff off of there. I'm also just using the same no wipe top coat. Okay, moving on. We're going to use these decals. I got two different black cat decal sets here going. Actually, the first one that I showed you that went by kind of quickly, I just used the spider webs on that one. But this one here, we're going to use the different cats. And I am just going to cut them apart. And then, seeing as they're decals, we're going to need some water. And a stamper. We don't have to have the stamper, but I find it's really easy. It's a lot easier to get the placement right on there with the stamper. So that's what we're doing. We'll just lay the decal upside down. They're going to get some water, and we're just going to brush that on the back. I usually put two bits of water on there and then let it sit. Now I think I'm going to cut this and edit, but it will sit there for about maybe 20-30 seconds, and then it should peel right off. It should come, the backing paper should slide right off. Okay, I thought I edited that, but clearly I did not. Alright, here we go. Slide the backing off, and then we're ready to go with the decal onto the nail. This one's going on the pinky. And using the stamper, you can really see where you're putting it. Not in this case, because I'm out of shot yet again, but you just stamp it right on there. And there he is. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. Actually, I think that's a spider web bit that I'm going to put on the top of that pinky nail. Just let that soak. And it should be ready, and it is. Okay, now hopefully you'll be able to see how the placement goes better this time. Okay, see how you can see with the clear stamper like this where you're putting it exactly. And there we go. I'm going to blot it off a little. And then we're going to be ready to move on to the next thing. Okay, and off we go. And this is going on the middle finger. Sometimes I've found when you're stamping them on there with the stamper head like that, they sometimes don't want to come off. If that's the case, there's usually because there's too much water. See, this one did not want to let loose of there. There we go. Now I do kind of wipe the water off the top of those stamper head in between. Now we're moving on to the crystals. I've done the rest off camera with the cats. We've got black ones, we've got some orange ones in varying sizes, and then we're going to use the rose gold caviar beads. And starting on the ring finger, I'm going to do like a widow's peak kind of design here. So we get rid of the chunky bits out of my glue. Now I try to get the glue on there everywhere I'm going to need it at the beginning, but usually I end up having to add more somewhere. But I'm going to just alternate now between the orange and the black, and going down in size too as we go along. And then down the pointy part. Now I like to do these all in one go because then I can be moving things around if I need to. On the that's the pro for me. The con is the stuff moves around all the time, so if you bump things, you're going to move them. And some people like to do some of it and then cure it and then go back and do the rest, but for me, I just find it easier to do it all in one. Now, on those caviar beads, the two ones next to that biggest stone on the top and then on the bottom, I think I did, or did I do, I don't know, maybe I didn't do the bottom on this one. Those are not the tiniest size, but the next size up. Then the rest of them I did the tiniest size of caviar bead for. I still haven't gotten over to Michael's yet to look for the tiny caviar beads that I'm looking for. But I will get to that at some point. I have not forgotten. Okay, and get those sorted out. And then we're just going to stick the caviar beads in between each of the crystals and some down on the end of the line. I was trying to get them symmetrical in that I couldn't figure out why I had an extra one for that. Okay, then I used the next size up and then one of the small ones. That second small one is going to come off of there. I ended up not liking it. Made it too long and I didn't like it. See, there it goes. Okay, now we're just going to adjust these. Get the little caviar beads tucked up in there nicely. Now also I had an issue with this. It's like one side seems longer than the other side. Like the part that goes down alongside the side cuticle one side of it seemed a lot longer. I had a hard time adjusting it. Okay, then I've got that one done and cured. Now we're moving on to the thumb. We're just going to do a simple cuff on that one. And the same thing for this cuff. Start with the biggest one and then alternate in size and color. One tip I could give you is look at it from like that angle. I've got it, and then turn it around so you're looking at it that way. Yeah, because I've noticed if I do them or I think it's centered on the flat way, and then I hold it up and look at it, usually it's off centered by some. So I like to now I check both ways before curing. Okay, those are the bigger caviar beads going on there, on those 4 right there. Then I will switch back to the small ones. This guy did not want to let loose. And a little bit more glue on the end. Maybe it was this one that gave me the problems. I think it was this one now that I'm looking at it. For one side, they had the exact same amount of crystals, but one side was going down the nail farther than the other side. And I was having a heck of a time trying to figure out why that was happening and to get them to be even. Okay, hold still. Gee whizzers. Okay, yeah, see, we needed to go that way a little farther, I think. And then this side. See, this is the side that looks too short. I think is that some of the crystals are squooshing together too much. Eventually I'm going to be happy with this, and then we're going to be ready to cure. And now you can't totally see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get this side over here to be longer like the other side. Okay, so I've gotten that done. It's cured. Now we're going in with the final top coat. Home stretch. Okay. And on these, I'm just going to butt that up against the edge of the crystal section. You can go over the caviar beads, no problem. Just don't get it on your crystals, or you will lose all your sparkle. Okay. And then we will cure and we will be done. Ta-da! And that is my Halloween set for this year. And the other one. And the thumbs. Hey, if you like this set, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I upload a new tutorial every Saturday. And there is the ending picture outside by some of my plants. Okay, that's it for now. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.